If you were given $1 million but only had 24 hours to spend it, what would you buy? You know, we're buying Pokemon cards. I can already see you guys in the comments.
Invest in real estate, maybe get some high dividend mutual funds and save the whales.
Look, this is a Pokemon channel and it's completely hypothetical, so let's have some fun. Before we get started, I have an awesome giveaway. This is a vintage Pokemon plushie keychain. It is a Mewtwo still in its original packaging. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite purchase of today is. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is sit down and realize that $1 million is not that much money when it comes to Pokemon, especially when you have tastes like mine. So we're gonna go to every single website that I know that has incredible cards right now, and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna buy. Now, obviously you can see I did some research before we started this, and this is where we're gonna start. First edition base set booster box is one of the things that I have always wanted to own and open ever since the day I started collecting. Here, this is the only one listed on eBay at $325,000 of best offer with $10,000 shipping. So buying this from eBay with the newfound information that PokeRev brought to our attention, I only have 3 days to open this thing up to make sure it's legit. But if I have $1 million just to spend in 24 hours, I'm buying this and ripping this the second it gets in my hands. This is one of the top contenders, but it takes away about 1/3 of my $1 million. So right after eBay, of course, you know I'm headed straight to every Japanese website that I can find. There's certain ways to go about this. You can be very logical and take 24 hours to really analyze what is good value. You can buy and resell it and recoup as much of that $1 million as you want. Or you can be reckless like me, have some fun, and buy everything you always wanted and maybe more. You hop on Buyee, take a look at Yahoo Japan, Yahoo Mercari, Yahoo Rakuten. If that's how you pronounce it, it might be Rakuten, Rakuten. I don't know. I say Rakuten. What did I don't even remember what I said the first time. As soon as you hit the first page of the top listings, you hit 9,999,999 yen. Pikachu V's and alt art Zapdoses. You have to filter through all this crap in order to find things that are real, things that are legit. Because remember, guys, even though this is hypothetical, I can still get hypothetically scammed if we buy from a scammy seller. There's some interesting items right here. We have all 5 of the Play Promo Evolutions. Now, to those who are unaware, this is a seller that has had this listed for well over 2 years, probably even longer. That's why I said well over 2 years. And he will not actually sell these items. He just has them listed and has them for fun, just to show off his collection. I've contacted this guy. I've talked to this guy. He doesn't want to sell anything unless it's at a stupid price. If I was to buy this, I wouldn't end up getting it, and I could potentially be out $75,000. Well, the first thing that we find, and I think the only thing that we're going to find on Mercari, is this 1999 Tropical Wind that's listed for $7,500. We're not going to take into consideration fees and all that, loading money into these middleman sites and shipping and all that stuff, because it's pennies when it comes down to $1 million. Tropical Wind is actually in pretty nice condition for $7,500. Honestly, I could buy this, grade it, and maybe make a couple $1,000s, but this is too cheap at the moment, and we'll use it as a filler only if we have the money left. So the next place we're going to go to is Yahoo Japan. Yahoo Japan is very well known to be one of the most popular places to buy Pokemon cards from Japan. It is where many, many rare items are sold. And right off the bat, we have found this, a Snap Charmander for $112,000. I cannot buy it today, though. I can put in a bid and hope for the best. So this money I can send to my middleman to bid for me. But the thing is, if I lose, of course the middleman would send me money back. But in this case, since I only have 24 hours to spend, that money would be gone and I would not win this card if somebody outbid me. However, I would be very, very confident that I would win this card at $112,000. The price of this card has somewhat sporadically been changing every time it gets listed. Now, as we continue to look through Yahoo Japan, we see quite a few trophy cards, a bit overpriced. This Mew Orb at $43,000, not going to do it for me. Never liked the scroll at $22K. That's just a bit too much. And it looks like we're going to run down and not see too many other good items. Ooh, I do like this one for a cheaper, you know, in case we have some change left over, for 10 grand. We have these 2 promo cards here, which are actually quite limited, I believe to 100 or 150 each. Oh, and I forgot, guys, here is one thing on Mercari that I missed, but this is one of the most unique non-Pokemon card items I have ever seen. This is a 3rd place Tropical Mega Battle Trophy. I've only seen these in the Pokemon Bible, never seen it in person, never even seen them listed until now. I believe that this price is way, way over what it's worth, but this is an item that I have such a personal attachment to. I might go ahead and buy this for $60K. Next, we're going to head over to Haruya 2. This is actually a very, very important site to keep an eye out on. A couple huge cards have sold this year from here, and And it looks like the only thing that they have is this Tropical Mega Battle Bilingual Executor for 3.5 million yen. This card is extremely rare. However, it is very easily confused with the reprint promo. And of course, it was reprinted in Evolutions as a secret rare. So the artwork of this card is not unique in any way, but the card itself that was handed out at the Tropical Mega Battle is extremely, extremely rare. So this is a great candidate, especially at this price point, to pick up. Oh, another important place to come check out is Zen Market. Zen Market is definitely one of the most trusted middleman services for Japan. This is also where one of our famous resellers of trophy cards likes to list some things. So let's go take a look and see what is available out there. I always just search Pokemon, price high to low, don't like to waste any time, and let's see what's out there. And holy, we have a Pikachu Illustrator available for $734,847.67. And look, they're taking the fees off. 300 yen, that's $3 you save. This Illustrator, of course, you only get 2 pictures in double sleeved, and you cannot tell what's going on, especially with this nice glare here. Obviously, this is one of the most historic cards. You put yourself in a nice little exclusive club once you buy and own this thing. But man, that's a lot of money for a raw card that has terrible pictures on it. These scratches on the back could be embedded into the card, and you could end up with a PSA 6, a PSA 5. You could also get lucky and end up with a PSA 10. So what's crazy about this is that if I were to buy it, that's 75% of my budget gone. However, I have always wanted to own an Illustrator. It is one of the cards that I have yet to own that has passed through my hands. I got very, very close to buying one, but it was picked up a day before I could get it with my business partner. The one that got away, the one that will most likely forever get away. I can never afford this card any point in my life. I'm sure of it, but hey, I have been given $1 million hypothetical dollars. Honestly, I might go for it. Now, if some of you have been paying attention to Instagram and reposts, this website right here has recently been sharing a lot of big cards on their Instagram. So we're gonna take a look and see if they have them even listed on the website and if they have sold or not. So we are looking for the Pokemon Snap cards. They posted quite the collection of Pokemon Snap cards, and it looks like we found 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them, 5, but the Squirtle sold, Gyarados sold, Coughing sold. So we have a couple available. Let's take a look. Now they have these at hefty asking prices. To my knowledge, these look as legitimate as possible. All Snap cards from what I've seen and what we know are off-centered. So that is always a good sign to see. This Articuno looks mint. If it wasn't off-centered, I'd be very, very excited to see if it would get a 10, but most likely it would cap out at a 9. At 9 million yen, I'm definitely picking this one up. No questions asked. First purchase, Snap Articuno, added to the collection. Next, we're going to take a look. We have the Snap Bulbasaur. This one's a little bit better centered. Beautiful looking card. Again, they don't send enough pictures to know, but I don't care. If this thing was creased, I would still buy it because this is fun money and we're buying whatever we want for the collection, picking up the Bulbasaur. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the Squirtle and complete the trio, but I am definitely picking up this Charmander. I see a nice hefty scratch on the back here, which will hurt the grade for sure. At 17 million yen, 2 million yen more than the one on Yahoo Japan, but I have the certainty of getting it and not being outbid. I'm picking this up. Charmander's added. And then we got to hop over to the Chansey as well. The Snap Chansey, very unique, holding the egg. I already bought 3 Snap cards. Might as well add a 4th. Picking it up. No questions asked. Condition looks beautiful. Very similar as the other ones. I wonder if these came from the same guy. Maybe some Snap contest winners traded with each other and were able to put together sets, but absolutely I'm picking up the Chansey as well. Now there's one really important thing to think about here. I have 24 hours to spend this money. Do I take the gamble and wait to see if something incredible gets put up in the next 24 hours? I don't know. I probably won't, especially with what we have found so far. I'm pretty confident I'm going to spend this $1 million pretty fast. I definitely didn't need 24 hours. I'm going to probably need 10 minutes. Oh my God. I just stumbled upon possibly the greatest items available for sale on the internet today. Here we have a full set of the original Pikachu trophy cards. We have the number 1, number 2, and number 3. I don't think I can pass this up if I had $1 million. Not a chance. Especially now that I'm looking closer at these, it looks like the number 1 is from the 2nd tournament ever. So from the 1998 tournament. But the number 2 and number 3 are 1997 copies from the very first Pokemon card tournament ever held. These are simply the most historic, and in my opinion, should be the most valuable cards in the Pokemon TCG. These represent exactly what Pokemon was going for you to be the very best. These are the kids or adults, I don't know which age group they're from, that picked up the trading card game, played their little hearts out, and became the very best or got the second best or third best. These are for sale for 80 million yen. This is an absolute buy, and it looks like we're gonna have to cut a few things out. All right, so let's take a look at what we've picked out so far and how much we've gone over budget so we can decide exactly what we want to take home. Let's tally this up. We have the Pikachu trophy cards at 80 million yen. We have the first edition base set box at 335,000 USD. We have the Snap Chansey at 8.5 million yen. We have the Illustrator at 98 million yen. We have the Snap Charmander at 17 million yen. We have the Bilingual Executor at 3.5 million yen. We have the Snap Bulbasaur at 14 million yen. We have the Tropical Mega Battle third place trophy at 8 million yen. We have these two lovely promos at 1.2 million yen and the Snap Articuno at 9 million yen. Well, it looks like we found $2 million worth of cards in 10 minutes, and we're over our budget by $1 million. So it's time to cut out a few things, break some hearts, and see what we can take home and add to our collection. So since we're working in both Japanese yen and USD, I'm going to be sure to keep note of exactly what we have left and what things are approximately worth. To me, the first decision is very, very easy. The Pokemon trophy trainers, especially having two 1997 versions, are the most historic and, in my opinion, should be the most valuable cards in our hobby. These cards are incredibly special, and I've actually owned one of these number 2s before, and I miss it dearly. Of course, this is hypothetical money, but the first thing that I would do with that type of money is find these cards and get them in my collection. What's so important about these is that they are the epitome of what Pokemon is. You're meant to be the very best, collect them all. And these were given out to the very best card players in the very first tournament ever held in Japan, 1997, and then the second tournament in 1998 to get number 1. These were given out in different age groups, so these could have been won by, an 8-year-old, these could have been won by a 15-year-old, a 20-year-old, I don't know. Regardless, they are some of the most beautiful cards, most historic cards, and simply the rarest cards that exist. With our first purchase being 80 million yen, that's roughly $578,000, and that's gonna bring down our budget by more than half right off the bat. Now, fortunately for me, that makes this decision very easy, although it is still painful. I don't have enough money in the budget for this Illustrator, so goodbye. I'm sorry, Pikachu Illustrator, but we're moving on. Now, when it comes to our next choice of which cards to purchase, this is a very, very difficult decision for me. The first edition base set box is, again, one of the very first goals that I had when I started collecting. I've always wanted to buy one and open it. Unfortunately, since I started collecting, the price has shot up from about 10 grand to $300,000. On the other hand, we have some of the rarest promo cards in all of existence, the Pokemon Snap cards. There are only 20 of each copy, given out to one person, of course, with the potential of there being a few extra copies, we don't know. But these are some of the most sought after and unique cards in Pokemon history. It takes a little bit of time to understand and come to realize that Pokemon Snap cards are a thing, but it is well known that we have not yet seen a public collector with every single Snap card in their collection. So this is only 4 cards, and it's only 40% of the way of completing the set, but the opportunity to own these cards definitely surpasses buying and opening a first edition base set box, because I own all the cards, I can get the cards whenever I want, and even though that feeling of opening up packs and pulling those hollows, pulling that Charizard is unbeatable, is something I can't describe, I cannot pass up the opportunity to buy these Snap cards. We're going to start with the Snap Bulbasaur, which is at 14 million yen, which is just over $100,000. We will take that off the budget. Next, we have the Snap Charmander at 17 million yen. Now, this is a little bit more expensive than the one that we found on Yahoo Japan, but given that the one on Yahoo is an auction and I get this for sure and it will come with the other 3, I am definitely willing to spend my fake money and pay a little bit more to get this Charmander. And at 17 million yen, that is almost $125,000. Third, we have the Articuno Snap card. I actually almost won one of these that was damaged for a very, very low price, much lower than this in the past, but I missed out on it because I fell asleep. But at 9 million yen, that's about $65,000. Come on over to my collection. And last but not least, we have the Chansey Snap card at 8.5 million yen, just over $60,000. Obviously incredibly off center. I don't care. I'm picking it up. Come on home. But with with those big purchases, we are left with just under 10 million yen, which is roughly 70,000 US dollars. Unfortunately, the first edition base set box is out of my budget, so goodbye. Next, I'm gonna have to pick up something that's personal. I think this thing is way overpriced at 8 million yen, which is $60,000, but I saw this thing, fell in love with it the moment I saw it, and need to add it to my collection. I don't know where I'm gonna put this, but I'm gonna display it, enjoy it, love it, and cherish it forever. Again, this is all a dream. I don't actually have $1 million. I'll never get $1 million to spend on Pokemon like this, but man, it feels good to feel like I can. So now spending another 8 million yen brings us down 60,000 more dollars, which leaves us with just over $10,000 left. So it comes down to this last little listing here, which I can actually win now for the buy it out price at just under $10,000. I went ahead and switched it to English. These are the 20th anniversary countdown limited promos. I believe there were 100 of them released each. I could be wrong. Could also just look it up. Let's see. Yep. Exactly right. It was given to 100 live spectators at the 20th anniversary in Tokyo on October 19th, given out by a lottery system. So that leaves us with how much money? So we have roughly $3,782.65. How can we spend this much money? Let's head back to eBay and see what we can find. The Pokemon Grand Party Double Star promo is actually one of my favorite cards. Here's a PSA 10. I do own one of these. Why not add another? So we'll pick this up for $3,265. And now we're left with $517 and some change. So with the last $500 or so, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up an unweighed, supposedly unweighed base set booster pack in hopes to pull a Charizard. Not being able to pick up the first edition base set box, I do want to get something that I can open at least one pack. So we'll get this base set booster pack and see if we can open up a Charizard. Well, that was a fun little game. Now I'm back in reality where I don't have $1 million to spend on amazing Pokemon cards. But guys, be sure to let me know what your favorite purchase of the day was down below in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. Looking forward to see what you guys thought. And don't forget, the only way to win the giveaway is to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon.